want to advise all parties, guests, people out in the audience, there shall be no reaction, one way or another, to any of the verdicts. I've instructed my deputies to take note of anyone who has any sort of audible reaction to any of the verdicts, and they will be taken into custody, and there will be an immediate contempt hearing. So we will have silence during the verdicts and after the reading of the verdicts. I hope that's clear to everyone.
I'm here.
Bring them out.
Jurors are entering.
This is good. We got some legitimate
Parties
tension
may be
here.
seated. Court will come to order. The parties are present. The jurors are present. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you in fact reached verdicts in this case? All right. You can
Not
hand the
hung.
verdict forms to the deputy. verdicts appear to be in proper form, I will publish. In the Circuit Court of the 17th Judicial Circuit in Fort Broward County, Florida, the state of Florida versus Dietrich Williams, verdict count 1. We, the jury, find as follows: as to the defendant Dietrich Williams in this case, the defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged in the indictment.
Excellent.
Count 2. We, the jury, find as follows: as to the defendant Dietrich Williams in this case, the defendant is guilty of armed robbery as charged in the indictment. Count 1. We, the jury, find as follows: as to the defendant Michael Boatwright in this case, the defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged in the indictment. During the course of the crime committed, did the defendant Michael Boatwright actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the course of the crime committed, did the defendant Michael Boatwright actually discharge a firearm? Yes. During the course of the crime committed, did the defendant Michael Boatwright actually inflict death to Jase Onfroy as a result of discharging a firearm in his possession? Yes. Count 2. We, the jury, find as follows: as to the defendant Michael Boatwright in this case, the defendant is guilty of armed robbery as charged in the indictment. During the course of the crime committed, did the defendant Michael Boatwright actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the course of the crime committed, did the defendant Michael Boatwright actually discharge a firearm? Yes. During the course of the crime committed, did the defendant Michael Boatwright actually inflict death to Jase Onfroy as a result of discharging a firearm in his possession? Yes.
I love the immediate cuffs.
Verdict, count 1. We, the jury, find as follows: as to the defendant Trayvon Newsom in this case, the defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged in the indictment. During the course of the crime committed, did the defendant Trayvon Newsom actually possess a firearm? Yes. Count 2. We, the jury, find as follows: as to the defendant Trayvon Newsom in this case, the defendant is guilty of armed robbery as charged in the indictment. During the course of the crime committed, did the defendant Trayvon Newsom actually possess a firearm? Yes. So say we all, this 20th day of March, 2023 at Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, Florida, signed by the foreperson. You decide which wish the jurors polled.
Yes, Judge. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Madam Clerk, you'll poll the jury.
Yes. Juror 1, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 5, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 8, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 10, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 12, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 3, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 4, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 7, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 6, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 9, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 2, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
And Juror 11, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your time and consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges that are enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room, except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases. We've recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you are at liberty to speak with anyone about your deliberations, you're also at liberty to refuse to speak with anyone. A request may come from those who are simply curious or from those who might seek to find fault with you. It will be up to you to decide whether or not to preserve your privacy as jurors. And with that said, on behalf of the 17th Circuit, the state of Florida, all the parties, again, I want to thank you for your time and attention and the sacrifice you made in being with us these many days. I know you heard at the beginning of the jury selection and when I excused many of the other potential jurors, how serious I take jury service and how important it really is. Short of service in our armed forces, there is no higher call for citizen work than to come in and give your time and to become the judges of the facts. So again, it is with my deep appreciation for your time and sacrifice in being with us. I do have for you these certificates of appreciation suitable for framing, they tell me. I don't know that anyone actually frames these. However, you might want to hang on to these certificates for at least 12 months. If you get called in for jury service in the next 12 months, these certificates will show that you fulfilled your civic obligation and are exempted from jury service for 12 whole months. 12 months and 1 day, they're not going to work anymore, and we'll be happy to have you back. But in any event, again, I do want to thank you for your time and attention. I'm going to present you with these, and with that, you will be free to go.
She did a great job. I actually like the judge too. It was all serious today, which is appropriate, but he did drop a Chewbacca defense reference on the Drake motion. I don't know what took him so long, but I'll bet we find out. Some of these jurors will talk. They'll say why they did it, but I'll say this: they took it seriously. They're thinking, okay, these guys are going away for the rest of their lives if we come back guilty. So let's be sure. I hope that was this whole scenario right there. Yep, they got it right. I thought we'd have some lesser charges, just because it took them that long. She really did. I think the defense attorneys did okay too. None of them are my cup of tea, but they did what they could with clients that were guilty of sin and caught on video. I think he was going for the angelic thing, honestly. That's what I think he was trying to do. I still don't know what county this is in, but I give them credit. They brought sufficient force. I'm actually surprised there were no outbursts, but they were ready for it.
All right, parties may be seated. Court will come to order. Any of the defense requesting PSIs?
Not on behalf of Mr. Newsom, Your Honor.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Judge. Let me see counsel for a second.
They're letting the jury out. Yep, it's pre-sentence investigation. I was also surprised at how orderly. I mean, they must have told him the drill or something. It was like it was choreographed. These guys stood up and put their hands back. I mean, they weren't going anywhere. They weren't going anywhere. That's for sure. They have this locked down, as well they should. But all three defendants just stood up and put their hands behind their back like they knew it was coming. None of them looked surprised. It was an impressive affair. The right thing happened, and it doesn't always happen, so that's beautiful. Let's chalk one up for the system here. This is Broward. Is that where Judge Hurley is? We need to bring Judge Hurley in here. I mean, it's fantastic that justice was done, but I do feel cheated out of a courtroom blow up. Luckily for y'all, I brought my own.
Crazy.
You created the problem you had, not me.
I object to this whole hearing. Let's go. I'm done.
All right, Mr. Walker, please prepare another order on contempt.
I mean, it's still a lot of talk with Mike, okay? I know this is somber. I know this is serious. Brevard. I always get Brevard and Broward mixed up. Hurley would have made this entertaining. Although I thought this judge was entertaining as well. He was real serious today, but he would have been a jerk not to be. That was appropriate. You're guilty as they are. You got three young men who will never see the outside of a prison again, which is appropriate, but it's not a time to be cracking jokes unless you're allowed to talk with Mike, but not in the courtroom. Not in the courtroom with a robe on. No. That's not the time. Well, I mean, I'm waiting for them to turn the sound back on, see if anything else happens, but I'm not sure. Based on the evidence they asked for, it really threw them that there wasn't DNA. That they didn't have XXXTentacion's DNA on them. Which is an argument I would make as a defense attorney, but I mean, it shouldn't carry the day. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me they didn't. Their theory is that they went to grab a necklace so that whoever grabbed the necklace would have DNA on them, but I'm not sure that the necklace grab occurred. Or if there was an exchange, how it occurred. He could have just given it to them, given the fact that he had a gun pointed at him. I couldn't tell from the angle of the video because whatever that was occurring in the car. All right, well, I guess that's all they got for us. Let's give that jury a goat salute. Well done. Justice served. I can't believe I caught it. I was actually in court this morning and I had a long call. And I got out and I just checked real quick and I saw chatter that I didn't believe that there was a verdict in. But I thought, I'll stick around, and I'm glad I did. I don't know that I added much. It's strange doing this. A lot of these are. It's more that it's more like just getting the gang together to experience it together than, you know, me saying anything of substance. I promise to never say anything of substance. My solemn pledge to you. we can still hope for. I mean, I do kind of want to blow up. Like, I don't want anyone getting hurt, but I you know, just a good freak out.
Any objection?
All objections.
All right, my objection is we've cut the sound and we don't have any drama. All right, well, there we go. The right thing happened. The world is in the right place right now. It's a sad event, but it looks to me like justice was served. All right. Thank you all for coming out. I know as soon as I cut this off, something really cool will happen. But I can't sit here with no sound for hours. I'll see if I can put something together. I might do something tonight if I can find some material. I will see you all soon.